Hello and welcome back to Regiments. In the last episodes we defended our flank at Göttingen and now we are entering the last stage of this operation. And it is going to take place in the Urzler Valley. And this phase is going to consist of two phases. We have over 255 points of operational authority. And I think we should use those points to upgrade our task force Reagenzglas. With that we get access to some more infantry. And I hope that in the next phase we can upgrade this task force even further. But before we can do that, we have to reinforce our units. We have some platoons who got completely annihilated and that we need to fresh up. This way we will have our tanks back in good fighting condition. I also want to upgrade our tank hunters. Our infantry, unfortunately, I am not going to touch, so that we can save up some points of operational authority for the future. And when we take a look in the operations log, we have some further informations from our headquarters. The current position rapidly becomes untenable. Corps HQ is setting up a new defensive line in front of Paderborn. Your Kampfgruppe is tasked to cover the retreat of the 4th Panzer Infantry Brigade Remnants. Their comms network is non-existent and the ammo is nearly absent, so don't expect them to put up much of a fight. Keep the main road open at all times. So this means in this fight we will have to cover the retreat of Belgian soldiers. And we have 3 different events to choose from, but of course we are not going to disrupt our own supplies. We can choose air superiority, and I think it would be a good choice to pick this for the first phase. And in the next phase we will have to choose this neutral event. It gives us a 50% chance of getting 100 extra deployment points or reducing 100 of our deployment points. So it is really a coin flip. But now it is time to go to battle. Welcome to the battlefield, and we actually get some instructions. Withdrawing allied units will arrive here at Road B85A. They will proceed through this corridor, and victory points will be granted for each unit that successfully reaches the exit. And as it looks like, we can get a total of 360 victory points if I see that correctly. We know that the enemy has 3 different areas to approach from. 1 is over here and 2 are over here. So what would be a good defensive position? Might be this ridge at hill 129 south and 129 north. If we can put up some tanks or tank hunters over this hill, we might be able to shell the enemy over here and over here. Especially this section should be wonderful for some tank hunters. Down here, however, we do not have this many options. Potentially this forest would be a good option to fight from together with the forest over here, so that we can get the enemy into a crossfire. We have 18 engineering points to work with, and anti-tank emplacements are most likely going to be our best friends here. But now I am quickly going to prepare the army, and once everything is set up, I will cut back to you. The battlefield is more or less prepared, so let's go over the strategy for today. For the attacks from the immediate north, we have a unit of Leopards 2A1 at hill 129 north. We also have some Jägers in the area and some further tank support. They are going to take control of the Dassel farm. I've also deployed some stationary infantries in that area to make sure that if the enemy pours through this gap, they will be held in place at this section. Forward over here, we are lacking some strong armor support. Therefore, I have deployed some stationary anti-tank weapons together with our Jaguars, and I've also deployed some Panzer Grenadiers with their Marders over on this flank, with the hope that we can hold off the enemy long enough for reinforcements to arrive. And these reinforcements are most likely going to be these Leopards 1A5 that could simply turn around and help. but they're also deployed to stop the enemy from over here. We have some leopards and some more panzer grenadiers in the area, together with some further entrenched infantry, to help the defense of the pond that offers the enemy access to Road B85B. In our center we have some supplies, we also have our artillery, and we have a Roland anti-air system, so therefore we should hopefully be able to hold back the enemy quite well. And I'm also going to make a lot of use of the cluster ammunition and our artillery trucks. So let's go into battle and hope for the best. And the enemy has showed himself and was able to sneak up on us. Let's get our panzer grenadiers down here on the double quick to make a move on them. I'm also going to rush these tanks around and hope that down here we are not going to encounter massive amounts of resistance. And we will need to get these tank hunters forward. I do not know where the enemy went, but I'm sure they're just trying to bypass our positions and hit the road B85B. Now, tank hunters, shoot them in the rear. These tanks push forward and annihilate the enemy. Yes, we are hitting them. These anti-tank emplacements and these Jaguars are making short work of them. There goes the next one. And with that, this attack has been broken down. But down here, we will need to rotate our tanks. The enemy is pushing. Now on this side, it is a scouting unit. These boys push up over here so that you have a better angle on the enemy. More enemy forces are pushing up. So let's get these tanks forward over here. I am going to get our supplies down in the hope to preserve some of these tanks. They have lost a vehicle. Their durability is relatively down. But with some luck, we should be able to get them back to health. Or not, they have just lost another vehicle. And I'm going to bomb the ever-living hell out of this area because it looks like more enemy forces are messing up. Let's get our supplies back, unless our tank hunters need some. They have still 70% ammunition, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem. And we can only hope that we hit something. And I wonder if it would be a wise decision to get these tanks to move away from this position and forward onto this hill. We have more enemies incoming. We have some forces in the area that are holding, so let's also move our Panzer Grenadiers because we need firepower. We can get our tank hunters forward. They should also be able to help. Over here I'm leaving our other tanks in place for the time being. And from this position we should have the option to do some damage. We might have to get our forces out of cover once in a while. But I hope it is going to allow us to really do something. More enemies are coming up. We have still some stationary defensive, so let's hope that we are able to quickly knock those guys out. And then turn back. And it looks like this is an actual strong push. Let's send artillery up. We are so far not able to hit them with our Roland anti-air system. And we need to get these guys up again. And soon these guys should be in range of our actual forces. Let's also get these tanks forward. And our artillery needs to do their good work. These Jaguars are unfortunately going to be annihilated. Not much we can do about that. And it looks like our Rolands are able to open up. Not. I was mistaken there. Let's get them forward a little bit more. Jets, please come in. We need to stop this attack. We can get some more tanks in. I'm going to send them to this central location. I think we can easily divert them from there. And these tanks unfortunately need to withdraw already. But our cluster ammunition did some good work there. I'm hesitant to get these guys out, but I think we have to. And we are now pushing up. We are letting the enemy get through. And the enemy helicopter spotted us. Let's get these guys back. Where is our Roland? Okay, it is firing, but we have tanks coming in. So let's order this system to pull back. These tankers need to withdraw. And our Leopards are now getting into danger. Let's order some more artillery to strike. Let's order our own artillery to strike at these guys. These tanks are getting slaughtered. We are not having a really good time here. Let's hope they get out, because these are some of our best units. And I think this is an entire platoon lost. You guys, why are you rushing up so far? Just go back, go back, go back, go back. Cluster ammunition, silence whatever is down there. Rolands, back to the enemy air support. These forces push forward and help in the defense of our retreating comrades. I think these Jägers should stay in place for the time being. Let's pull down a rally for these Leopards. And more fire over here. Rolands can withdraw. And the fighting over here is going to begin. Let's get these Leopards out as well. They can't really do much anymore. And let's hope we can get enough forces in to stop their attack. Really, the loss of that one unit is going to hurt like crazy. We have some forces over here that are now going to get rear flanked. And unfortunately, we still have a massive enemy breakthrough on our hands, so we can't really do that much. But we will certainly try. Our artillery is ordered to hit enemy tanks. Over here, these tanks are soon going to get in range of our Jägers. Let's push them forward so that we can hit them in the flank while we still have the option to. And it looks like the enemy has more forces over there that we desperately need to silence. More tanks are rushing up. Our eastern position seems relatively safe. Why are you guys rushing in? What are you doing? Get out! We have just lost an entire platoon of Jägers. They were just ordered to shoot these guys, not to rush in there. They had a perfectly clear field of fire. I really do not understand why they did that. It looks like we were able to defeat some tanks over here. Well, let's send in some more cluster ammunition on the Dussel farm. Enemy helicopters are back. Roland, move forward. We can get our Leopards back to the front line. Let's hope our tanks are able to at least do something on those helicopters.
Zone lost.
And we continue to lose ground. We are going to move up though. We can see that many of our friends are able to withdraw. And soon the Roland is in range. It should be able to destroy those helicopters. And that hopefully quickly before we take too much damage. Come on guys, aren't you able to see them? Ah yes, they are able to see and they are able to hit. Wonderful. So let's get our guys forward, let's get on the Dassel farm and let's make sure we move quickly. These guys are still withdrawing. Roland, I want you to move back over here. Main ammo is still at 88%, so this is looking rather fine. And I hope that we are able to get most of our friends out. We have 390 victory points so far. I do not know if that is enough to call this a success. And we still have the option to call in some more cluster ammunition. So let's just make sure this area is going to get obliterated. But I guess I should have waited a second because more enemy forces are pulling up over there. Tank hunters are hopefully going to target these units with priority. Some of our units were suppressed. I do not exactly know by what. Supplies I want you to set up over here to make sure that our Jaguars can refuel, because they should be strong enough to destroy these BTRs together with those infanterists.
Zone captured.
So these Leopards can actually turn back now. Yeah, these are some good hits. We have now finally also some more tanks in the area. But I'm absolutely confident that the enemy is going to throw more forces at us. So let's get these tanks over here. And hope for the best. I wouldn't be surprised if the enemy is now coming from down here. But we cannot be sure. Let's also get these tanks over here so that they can get parts of their durability up. These tanks I want to remain in our center. And the enemy completely bypassed us. So let's get a move on. We are going to try to knock out the enemy air defenses over here. And we are going to try to call in cluster ammunition to stop the approach so that the enemy cannot cut off these areas. I want these Panzer Grenadiers to stay in town to capture the area.
Zone lost. Zone captured.
Approach has been lost over here. We are going to hold out. Artillery, please continue to shell the area. We have lost eyes on them. And now once again we have to turn parts of our force around. And it looks like these guys might not be able to be repaired. So let's also send them forward to the front line. More enemy forces are coming up. Let's quickly call down some smoke over here so that these guys can help in the defense over here. Unobstructed. Tank hunters for the time being go over there. And as soon as these Leopards have arrived, we can push down and hopefully annihilate the enemy forces in this section, because these Leopards are already going to town on some of the enemy units. Okay, these Leopards can pull back, because it looks like we have destroyed some of those forces. Or they have just shifted their attention. These guys need to fall back. These guys need to get back into some cover. artillery over there. These tanks need to rotate. I do not think that we can get them out, but we can at least cluster up the area. Come on, try to get out, boys. Yeah, this is an absolutely destructive battle. Not the one that I wanted to fight. And we are also going to get our Jaguars out because they are an extremely valuable unit that is otherwise going to be annihilated. Can we get these guys over as quickly as possible? We are getting some forces up there. It is going to take a lot of time. Let's make sure our forces are rallied. And I still will never understand how far our units will have to go forward to hit the enemy. Please do a fighting retreat, do not get annihilated by those infantry's. Let's smoke up the area over here so that these guys can deal with them, hopefully unimpeded. And of course there are more enemy forces coming. Let's get these guys out as well. They can't really do much anymore. More forces need to pull up. And I am at this point really disappointed. I was hoping for a much better battle. Well, we will do what we have to with what we can do. These guys also have to get out. I guess that's another platoon lost.
1 minute remaining.
We are losing the Dassel farm. Let's just at least hope we are not going to lose any more of our soldiers. Artillery, open up. Can we get more tanks in? Not at the moment.
Zone lost.
We have also almost run out of deployment points. We have run out of some of our tanks. So yeah, there's really not much left for us to do. We can get some tanks back in. And this phase is over with some catastrophic losses for us. We have over 29 men killed, we have 119 men wounded and 8 men missing, meaning that we have total casualties of 156. We have also lost in total 26 vehicles and 1 aircraft. On the other side, they have over 79 men killed, they have 177 men wounded and 8 men missing, meaning they have total casualties of 264. They've also lost 38 vehicles and 1 helicopter. And we were still able to annihilate a couple enemy platoons, but we have already pretty early lost 1 of our Jaguars. Then we have also lost 1 of our Leopards 2A1s and some of our Jägers. Also, the majority of our allied units have been destroyed. And lastly, we have lost another platoon of Leopards 1A5 and Leopards 2A1. These were heavy casualties, meaning that some of our platoons are completely mauled to death. We will have to completely replace this unit of Leopards. We will have to replace these units almost in full. And we will not be able to upgrade any of our task forces whatsoever. But that is also going to be the last phase of this operation, so I think we should be fine. We will, however, have to make the decision if it is more worthwhile to fully restore most of our units or if it is better to get some more engineering points. But we will have to ask those questions in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.